Good morning, inflatable fans. I hope you're all well. It is a chilly January morning. I've just had to scrape some ice off the car. I'm heading through to Filey to see if I can get out on the sea for a bit of a paddle because the tide is kind of favourable. We should have about an hour or so of the tide still coming in and then a bit of slack water. There is a little bit of an offshore wind because I have checked into this. Always wise to do that when you're looking at sea paddling, but it shouldn't be too bad. As I say, the tide is coming in, but I thought I'd get through there, see what the conditions are like, assess it from there. Let's go. Right, it's 8 o'clock and we're just entering Filey, so not far to go now to the seafront. So we're here and it's not looking bad out there. I've never launched from Bridge Hole before, but I thought I've got a nice little parking spot there, space to set the boat up, and the tide doesn't look too bad. Let's have a shufty, eh? Yeah, there we go. It's not too rough, quite nice actually. Not much of a wind at all, if any. Sunrise is just happening over there. And what we've got is we've got about an hour or so, an hour and 20 until high tide. And then you've got about half an hour of slack water. So I've been over that way before, around to Yacht Club and so on. So I thought today we'd have a paddle out that direction. Let's get set up. That was kind. Chap just down there was parked here and I just asked him if he'd mind pulling forward a little bit so that I had better access to the walkway, and he says, "Oh, don't worry," he says, "I'll just shift my car." That was decent of him, wasn't it? Right, we're going in. Whoa. Oh shit. Well, as you might have guessed, that hasn't gone quite as well as I'd hoped. Oh, I've not been able to get in. I've got the wrong gloves on. The boat got tipped. The bilge pump has gone. That got thrown out of the from underneath the cargo net. My gloves and the camera wind muffler are soaked, so I need to get the neoprene gloves out. Wrong gloves. And I don't even know whether there's water in the microphone and how much sound this will pick up. Sorry if the sound's distorted and or the vision's distorted because I can't clear the lens at the minute. I've just been stood here watching the tide for a bit, and there are some really quite big breakers breaking it in from about 100 yards out, which is actually going to make getting in this boat really awkward. The other catch is, I don't mind getting water in the boat, but the bilge pump's gone. And the whole idea of having the bilge pump was to keep water out of the boat. So I think today I'm going to put this down to one of those important lessons. And that important lesson is, know when not to do something. It did look, when I got here, I mean, it's calm. Beyond those breakers, it's calm. But getting beyond those is going to be a bit of a chew. So I'm going to call it. Yeah. Quite possibly one of my shortest kayaking videos ever. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Have I done the right thing? What would you have done? Would you have chanced it? Or would you have thought, maybe not? Yeah, let me know. Before I go, it is interesting at times like this to look at the lessons, the things you'd do differently. And one of those is, I actually used the long skeg today. Let me just flip the boat over. And yeah, look, that snapped. I actually didn't know that had snapped until I flipped the boat over there. So yeah, shorter skeg would have been the way forward. I think as the seas pushed me sideways, it snapped that skeg there. I hadn't even noticed that. That's the homemade, one of the homemade ones I made. So short skegs, I think, would be the way forward here. Well, that's better. Well, I'm back in the car. I've got everything packed up and dried. My brain is still mulling over what I should have done, what I could have done better or differently, and so on. And I'm still giving myself a hard time about whether I should have gone back out. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You just kind of feel a bit of a wuss, for the want of a better expression. However, I'm just sat here now looking over the sea, and from here you might not be able to tell, but the waves are breaking a good 100 yards out. They are starting to form. I thought it would be more manageable, but it wasn't. Obviously. So yeah, it was one of those complete and utter hash-ups. Contemplated whether I should bin this off and not make a video out of it, but let me know what you think. Is it important to know these things, you know, when things just really don't work out? Because I could present just all the good stuff, but I actually think it's not real, is it? It's not reality. You know, there are times when things just don't work out. There are times when you make judgment calls that you make, but other people might not have made in the same kind of situation and so on. I am not an experienced sea paddler. I don't profess to be. This is only the third time I've done this. The second time was the best. First time I got tipped out, but I still managed to have a laugh. Yeah, this time it was just, I didn't have the bilge option, so I would have been sat in water for the duration, which is unfortunate because the craft would have been great on the water once I got past the breakers, as long as I could have bilge pumped it out. Anyway, I think I will wrap this up there. Thanks for watching. You take care of yourself. And be safe on the water. Be safe. I still can't get over the fact that that skeg broke. Unreal. All right, cheerio.